we're still talking about your journey from white nationalism, white extremism. What would be the term that you would say best fit it?
Neo-Nazism,
Neo-Nazism. Okay,
yeah,
we're going all in.
right,
Yeah, we're going
yeah,
all. So neo-Nazism into compassionate engagement. So you were involved on some level with Charlottesville, and I would love to just hear the story, why it happened, how it happened, and then how it all played out for you.
So the Charlottesville event was coming up,
Right.
and they were saying people, the planners were saying everybody should come out to it. All the groups were welcome. So
Right.
I went and I encouraged the group that I ran at the time, the National Socialist Movement, to go and attend that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I deeply regret having anything to do with it. Heather Heyer lost her life at
Yeah.
that, and no
Yeah.
one should ever lose their life at a rally, no
Right.
matter what.
Yeah.
So I carry a lot of guilt and shame for having attended that, and I should have probably left the movement a year before that,
Hmm.
but I didn't. So I was there. I attended. I didn't attend the torch march, but I did attend the rally
The next day.
The next day.
The next day. Yeah, it's interesting that you should focus on that idea that even up to a year before that, you were clearly having your misgivings. You were clearly in a conflicted space about what you were doing with your life and what all of this was about. Um, and I think that's really important for folks to understand because first and foremost, um, getting out of any kind of a toxic relationship is not just as easy as like saying I'm gonna go. And in a lot of instances, it's really hard to do, and it's a process of walking yourself away from it. But the thing to always remember is that sometimes you don't know when it's gonna go as bad can be. When it turns from just righteous anger to life and death.
Right.
And that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't want to think about. I imagine you didn't think of yourself as an extremist at the time.
Not when I was in. No,
No, no,
absolutely
no.
not. Now,
Yeah, of course.
clearly,
Yeah,
you see it as plain as day.
yeah, exactly.
But when you're embroiled in it and involved in it, you don't really see yourself as that. I could tell you how I saw myself when I was in it, when I was deeply in it. I
Right.
felt like I was a patriot.
Mm,
I was a good man. I thought
Yeah.
all this sort of thing.
right. Yeah, and it's interesting for me, and this is the lesson for so many of you folks out there. Once again, any belief you have is, guess what? That's just neurons firing in your brain. That's just thought. Congratulations, your brain works. But the idea that if your thoughts are contingent on other people being wrong, other people, other people's removal being the solution to your problem. Okay, now maybe there's a bone in your brain too. And that bone is getting rotten. And before your brain gets totally toxified, maybe step away because I know, and once again, some people might take offense to this, but I know not all the people who were there on January 6th were fully anticipating destroying democracy. Maybe they just believed politically in what was happening at the time and they believed a bunch of lies. The next thing you know, they're standing out front of the Capitol saying this and that and the other. And the next thing you know, they're going up the steps. And the next thing you know, they're in the rotunda. And guess what? You're a freaking criminal now. And you probably weren't aware of what was happening until it was too late. So it's really important that when your conscience starts pushing back against that message that you've been fed for so long, that you're getting emotionally conflicted. Maybe your conscience is trying to save you. So I would love to now talk in our next segment about how you got saved. Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Praise his name.